Hi, it's Donna Joy Ash, and I want to talk to you about something very, very important today. And up until recently, it was something that I totally misunderstood within my business and within the sales calls for myself, but also for my clients. And that is the phrase, always assume the sale. Now, I must admit, I used to think it was a bit woo-woo, like we were trying to manifest it into being, like somehow my energy was going to overpower their energy and make them want to buy whatever it was that I was trying to sell. And so I didn't really always assume the sale. And then we were on sales training a couple of weeks ago and they talked about it, they mentioned it, and I suddenly understood what they were trying to say. So it's not about manifesting or having the energies of the universe align stuff because you're assuming the sale. It's not about that at all. It's about being in the right frame of mind to be able to ask the right questions during the sales call. So you know how you can be in a group of people and someone will say something and everyone will get something different from it, right? So it's not because of what that person said, but of what each person thought they were thinking when they said it. And this is the same with this why assuming the sale is always very, very important. So when someone says something and we assume that they mean something, then we react in a certain way. So when we assume the sale, we're going to react differently to when we're not sure if they're going to buy or we're not sure what they're saying. And that's why it's so important. So let me give you an example of this. So I've got two examples here. The first one where I'm not assuming the sale, and the second one where I am assuming the sale. So it's a sales call. We get to the end. I say, so Sam, would you like to hear the investment in Gold Academy? And Sam says, yes, please. And I say, okay, the investment to be in this year-long mentoring program would normally cost you $9,970, but today only is $5,997. And then I'm silent while I wait for them to process the information. And then Sam says, oh, gee, yeah, I can't afford that right now. And I say, oh, okay, well, that's a shame. Well, why don't you email me when you can afford it? Because I'm assuming that he means that quite literally. Let's compare that to this example. So Sam, would you like to hear about the investment to be in Gold Academy? Yes, please. Okay, so to be a part of our year-long mentoring program would normally cost you $9,995. Today it's only $5,997. Silence. Sam says, oh gee, yeah, I can't afford that right now. And I say, so tell me more about that. Sam says, well, I don't get paid till next week and I've got to take my dog to the vet. And I say, so let me get this right. You want to come into Gold Academy. We just need to work out a way that you can do it. Yeah, absolutely. I really want this. I know it's going to change my life and I just need to work out how I can do it. And I say, okay, so what are you thinking? How can we make this work for you? And Sam says, well, can I pay half this month and half next month? So see the different ending in those two conversations, where I've just gone, oh, okay, no worries. And the next one I've actually dug a bit deeper. Now, obviously, this comes into being in discomfort as well. Like when you're doing a sales call and you get to the end and you got to say the price and you're freaking out. And then when they say I can't afford it and you say, no worries, bye. And then you end the call, right? When you're assuming the sale, it helps get rid of that discomfort because you're like, well, why wouldn't they want to come in when we've just gone through their goals? We've just gone through their obstacles. We know that this is going to help them overcome these obstacles so they can have these goals. Why wouldn't they want to come in? If you've done your job in the sales call, of course they want in. Of course they want it. And now they're like, oh, I can't afford it right now. And in their head, they're processing the information. They're like, well, if I move money here, I could do this, or I could do that, I could sell this. When you don't give them the time, first of all, to process that, and then second of all, to question them about it, to dig deeper and to help them come up with a solution, then you're really doing them injustice. And there's really not much point being at a sale, because let me tell you, very, very rarely are you going to get to the end of a sale and when you say the investment, are they going to go, yep, and pull their credit card out? There's always going to be some conversation going on. Well, normally, 90% of the time, some conversation going on. So if you're not having that conversation, you're going to be losing a lot of sales. And there's a lot of clients that are coming into your business that you're going to be losing out on. So let me talk about this from a different point of view. So let's talk about it in the frame of mind of if you were dating, okay? So Johnny wants to ask Sandra out on a date. In the first example, he's not sure if Sandra wants to go on a date. In the second example, he's pretty sure Sandra wants to go on a date with him, right? Hey, Sandra. Yes, Johnny. I was wondering if you want to go out for a drink with me tomorrow night. Oh, thanks, but I can't. Oh, okay, no worries. Okay. Have a nice evening. Okay, So she said no. Johnny's freaked out, and he's just ended the call there, like ended the conversation there. As opposed to Johnny's pretty sure that Sandra likes him and would like to go out for a drink with him, right? I mean, why wouldn't she? He's a pretty nice guy. He's good looking. He's got a good job, nice car. He says, "Hey Sandra." "Yes, Johnny. I was wondering if you'd like to go out for a drink tonight." "Oh, thanks, but I can't." "Okay, what about tomorrow night?" "Yeah, tomorrow night would be great, thanks. Tonight I've got to go to my parents' place." So see the difference there, right? He gives her another option. She takes it because it wasn't that she didn't want to go out for a drink with him. It's that she had something else on. And this is the same with our sales calls. What people say and what we think they mean are often not aligned. And we have to get more information out of them so that we can find out exactly what it is that they're trying to tell us. If I believe that they're going to buy, I'm going to interpret the information that they're giving me differently to than if I don't believe that they're going to buy. And that's the important part about always assuming the sale. It gives you the power to have the conversation that you need to have about the money. It gives you the power to talk to them about their objections. If you're assuming the sale and they're coming up with objections, then you're like just wading through the objections one by one, solving them till you get to the very end. Well, you've removed all the objections from in front of them, all these little mental obstacles that they've got, and they're going to go ahead and buy. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of times, I can't afford it. It really is, I can't afford it. So I know sometimes I'm doing sales calls and talking to someone in Africa, and the American dollars, it's just, there's no way. It's like more than their yearly income. There's no way they can afford it. So yes, sometimes I can't afford it. It really is, I can't afford it. But a lot of the time it's just fear-based, because you're holding up a mirror to them, you're showing them what they need to do, what they need to become, and they're scared that they can't do that. Deep down inside, lack of self-worth, and especially if they've been at this for a long time, if they've been trying to solve this problem for a long time and they haven't been having any outcome with that, any success with that, they're starting to doubt themselves. They're starting to think that they can't do it. They're starting to think that they're not confident, they're not good enough, and that they're never going to get there. Then this can be a major mind block in the way of them coming forward, because part of them wants it and they're happy to spend the money, but the other part of them is thinking, oh gee, it's not going to work for me anyway because I'm not good enough, or I'm not this, or I'm not that. So you need to be comfortable enough diving into these conversations to find out what's really going on in their head, so that you can help them get to where they need to be, where they can make a decision that is going to change their life. And that's what we are there for. When we're doing sales calls, we're really allowing somebody to see how much the goal means to them, how much these obstacles have been impacting them, and how we can help them change all that so they can actually go on to have what it is that they want, this outcome, this life, whatever it is that we're helping them with, like how amazing that's going to be to actually have that in their life. We're bridging the gap between where they are now and where they want to be, and then holding out our hand and saying, hey, we can take you over that bridge. And that's what a sales call is all about. Now, interestingly enough, while I was preparing for this video, I actually went to the sales call, got to the end, the woman said, I can't afford it. I said, well, when can you afford it? And she said, well, next week. I'm expecting a check to come in the mail. So that's a beautiful case in point. I was laughing to myself as I was doing that, because of how it just, like, I just was writing the script for this, to preparing, for this video. I went and did it, and then there it was straight away. If I hadn't have assumed the sale, I wouldn't have gotten it. All right, I hope you've got some value from this, and that you can take this and start to use it. And remember, when you get to the end of a sales conversation with someone, don't freak out. You can help them, all right? That's what you're there for. You can help them. And if you've done a good job on the sales conversation, then you've got them to where they need to be, that they can see that as well. Then you just need to have that final conversation with them, and you've already been asking them questions about their goals, their dreams, how they feel. You've already been doing that. You just need to take it one step further, to overcome their objections, to help them work out how they can afford to pay for this, to give them options that's going to get them there. If you've done a good job, they want this. You just need to help them that final step to get there. All right, I hope that you've got something out of that. Now, I just want to say that I am going to be launching Functional Marketing 101 in February 2021. So if you're watching this video and it's before then you can take advantage of my special early bird offer. where I'm going to bring people in at a fraction of the price of the full mentoring price. It's a 6-month mentoring program where we're going to teach you how to lay the foundations of your online marketing, your organic online marketing system, so that you can get to 6 figures and then you can scale from there. So if that sounds something good for you, you can read more about it at donnajoyusher, usher.com/FM101-early bird. So go check that out now and have a read of that. And I hope that you decide to come and work with me in putting together the foundations for your online marketing system for your business. I'd love to see you in there. I hope you have a wonderful day and that this year is going to be an amazing one for you.